Now, I am using an oil-based primer for the simple fact, from my experience over the years, latex primers do not do a good a job as oil-based as sticking and adhering to stained and varnished surfaces. If this was a raw piece of furniture, you could probably get by with it. But since this is stained and varnished, I'm going to go ahead and use an oil-based primer. And one rule of thumb I work by, you either start at the inside, work your way out, and start at the top and work your way down. So we're going to paint the insides of these shelves first. And I'm going to use a little 4-inch roller to do as much as I can to begin with. It'd probably take a long time to brush this out, and this will save you a lot of time. Plus it makes a lot better finish. You don't have brush marks and brush strokes to deal with. So with that, we'll just go ahead and we'll just get started priming. I'm not worried about priming the underneath of these because you cannot even see them. And I'm not even going to prime the insides where the drawers go, because once the drawer is in there you can't see in it anyhow, and the more you pull it out it's going to scratch it. So we don't have to really worry about that either. I'll roll out the sides and the tops, and then that'll be it for the rolling part of
it. Now? Michael will like that. Dawn?
Okay, now that the cabinet is rolled out, I'm going to show you why I took those knobs off, because it's going to be a lot easier. Without the knob on the drawer front, it's a lot easy just to roll out the whole thing. You're not having to work around that knob and having a buildup of primer or paint around the base of that knob. So you just roll it out nice and easy. Get all your edges of the drawer. About 2 minutes you have one complete. So I'll go ahead and do the other 3 real quick before we... Okay, all the shelves are primered. This primer is pretty much dry. Let me take care of this real quick. Okay, as you can see, there are a few areas that the roller did not get that I will have to get a brush on. but it is a lot easier to do your rolling first, and then you know exactly what you have to brush. So I'll get a brush out and hit these few areas, and then the priming will almost be complete. Now you have to remember, a lot of people think that when you prime something, it has to be 100% covered like a paint, but it doesn't. The primer basically is a sealer. It's just sealing back the varnish. So if you can see through the primer, don't worry about it. All you're concerned is that it's on there, and it's just acting as a sealer, protective cover over that varnish. That's all we need to worry about. It doesn't really have to look pretty either, because you are painting over it, and the finished coat is going to hide whatever you see that you don't like right now. Just to check and see how these drawers fit in and make sure everything, yeah, that'll look good. No raw wood will be visible. Okay, now we still have the knobs to prime. And I'll show you how I do these. You put the existing screw on your knob, and I get a piece of tape to have it handy. You take the knob and you hold it by the screw. Give yourself enough room to hold on to it. And what I do is I take my brush and I can prime the knob. And I take my piece of tape, I tape it to the screw, and I just tape it to something and let it hang and let it air dry. That knob is done. We'll do the rest of them. And then when I complete this step on the 4 knobs, the priming will be complete, and we'll get ready to start the finished painting part of this project. Okay, knobs are painted. We'll let this dry and get ready for the finished coat.